What's up, everyone, and welcome to issue 22 of Geek Pop Podcast. I am your host, Toby, and with me, as always, is Josh.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Josh, it is the second most wonderful time of the year.
You mean like a few days before Thanksgiving?
That's exactly what I mean.
I love this time of the year. Thanksgiving, screw that, but a few days before, bring it on.
But, so this issue is coming out early, so there won't be anything else this week. It'll be normal time next week. But Josh is a bitch and wants to go do family things, so I have to give in to Josh's will all the time. And,
wait, are you not doing any family stuff on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, but I could have recorded still.
Well, la-di-da. Toby, I'm sorry that my family lives in a different town than me.
Technically mine does too, it's just a different drive time.
I'm sorry that it's a little bit of a drive.
So,
but we're having pre-Thanksgiving.
No, you're done.
No.
You're done. You're cut off.
I was going to make it heartwarming. Screw you.
So, it might be a shorter episode. We will see. If not, sorry.
Don't sell us.
Something to listen to during your drive time to go visit your family who you may or may not hate.
You keep saying drive time, and it just makes me want to turn this into a
Drive
morning
time
zoo.
live!
Yeah. Like, what's up? Zoink. Fart noise.
But, so, the life story that I was so excited to share with you. I was prepping you about it last night.
You were.
Tell me if this is not the most ridiculous fucking story ever.
Okay.
So, one of my really good friends loves the Jets. They are a football
Benny
team.
and the Jets?
Yes, but Benny and the Jets.
Okay, I love that song.
That's good.
What I obviously know what the Jets are, but like for other people who are stupid and don't keep up with sports.
I just said they're a football team.
Oh.
They're a National Football League football team.
Okay, and they're based.
They say they're from New York, but they play in New Jersey.
Okay, they're one of those teams.
The only team that doesn't do that is the Devils, I believe.
The Devils say they're from Jersey and play in New York.
No, they don't.
Right?
No.
I think that's the case.
The Rock is definitely in New Jersey.
The Rock is from the WWF.
No, that's not even the right name of it.
Yeah, but he was in the WWF when he was The Rock originally.
They play in the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey.
Oh, okay. Well, the Rock is also the name for a prison.
Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Wasn't this a learning episode so far?
Sean Connery was in it.
Did you?
Just trying to derail your story.
Hey everyone! Did you ever hear us drag out an episode?
That's really. I'm filibustering this episode right now.
But so my friend loves the Jets, and they were supposed to play in Buffalo over the weekend, but Buffalo got 7 feet of snow. So the game got moved to Detroit and got moved to Monday night at 7 o'clock.
My image of Buffalo is that it's always in 7 foot of snow, by the way. I just realized that in my head, that when I think Buffalo, I just think lots of snow.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wait, so a game between Buffalo and the
New Jersey
Jets
was played in Detroit.
Okay.
Stop fucking filibustering. Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to get the story. All right.
So my friend loves the Jets. We went to a sports bar to watch the game.
Okay, so that's like a bar where they play
shut
sports.
Josh, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Stop. So we went, sitting at the bar, they turned the game on for us. We start enjoying our adult beverages, as you know I like to do, Josh.
Sure.
And we're sent to the bar, and the manager was the one that's in charge of like changing the TVs in the bar area, blah, blah, blah. So there's 4 TVs for each side of the bar. Seems like enough for anybody to watch anything. So at some point, there's a customer that we see walk over to the manager and start yelling at her because Villanova's basketball game is not on TV for him to watch. And he's freaking the fuck out like, I'm a customer, I'm a paying customer, I've been here since 6 o'clock. And the manager, playing it cool at first, like, young girl, real nice, was like, okay, sir, when the customers ask, I try to make all the customers happy. I'll change the TV for you, to get taken care of. Please relax, calm down. So she turns off the Jets game that my friend was watching. No, here, hold on. I missed it. I skipped the most build-up part of this. So he's freaking the fuck out, and my friend goes, that's fucking ridiculous. He's freaking out about a sports game. or that was the vibe of his statement.
Those famous last words.
So the Jets game was on in front of us, and she accidentally put it on in front of where this guy was sitting and put the Villanova game on in front of us.
Okay,
so now my friend starts freaking the fuck out when the manager walks by and goes, hey, yeah, the game was on over here and you turned it off. So I'm just sitting there, like, just staring at him, acting up. And she was like, okay, yeah, you know, I'm trying to make all the customers happy. You know, you asked me about it. I'll try to turn it back on for you. And he's like, yeah, it was right on in front of us. You turned it off. It's down there now. So this starts a shit show between this other guy, the manager, and my friend, where they're all yelling at each other.
Oh my gosh.
And yelling at the manager about how the TVs are fucked
So
up.
it turned into your friend versus the other guy? Like the yelling was not...
Yeah, my 35-year-old friend versus probably a 55-year-old gentleman. Both making claims to two different TVs that they were paying customers. They were here since X o'clock.
So
why is their sporting event not right in front of their fucking face?
It really seems to me... A couple things here. First of all, it seems to me like there are two guys... Two things they want to watch and two televisions. I don't see what the big deal is. Like,
because if it goes from 5 feet in front of your, I mean, like 20 feet in front of your face to 40 feet in front of your face down the bar, that's a neck breaker. That's saying, game over.
This isn't fucking musical chairs. There's enough to go around.
So my buddy and this guy start giving each other dirty looks, making comments out loud to themselves.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yelling at the manager. Again, a nice young girl who seems confused about how am I supposed to juggle all these assholes telling me the same thing,
no doubt.
And actually trying to make everybody happy. Like she was legitimately trying to change the games so everyone was happy. So eventually, this guy keeps yelling at the girl. I look at my friend and I'm like, should I say something to him? I was like, if I start a fight, do you have my back? And he goes, well, what are you going to say to him? And I said, I don't know, but if I start shit and he comes after me, you got my back, right?
What pony do you have in this race? Like, why are you jumping in?
Because it's a girl trying to do her best getting mistreated.
Oh, you were going to stand up for her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, the non-dude... Like, I mean, we all know I'm a douchebag, but I'm really not a douchebag. So, my retail sense and my feeling horrible for this girl started, like, flaring up.
Yeah, it blows for her. Yeah.
Yeah. So, he's like, yeah, whatever we're going to say to him. And then he bitches more about the fucking game again. So, she's in between, like, we're maybe, like, 4 or 5 bar seats down from this other guy, which is probably maybe, like, 10, 15 feet tops. So, we can hear him yelling. He can hear my friend yelling, probably. And she can probably hear everybody. So, eventually I get so sick of everyone's shit. I stand up, get out of my chair, and go, how about this? I said, how about we just switch where we're fucking sitting, and everyone shuts the fuck up about the TV.
Whoa.
And they'll just look at me. She looks at me, and the guy's like, yeah, whatever, we'll just switch. So the adult situation needed to be pointed out by me getting pissed off at the bar and screaming at everybody, shut the fuck up about the televisions right now.
You literally made a grown man get up out of his chair and move to a different one at a bar. Like, that's hardcore.
Yeah, and then my friend did too. And then they were both still pissed off. The game's fucking in front of both of them again. Who the fuck do I have to move? It's bullshit. We were here.
I have to move.
So I actually went outside and sat down for 2 minutes because, like, I was actually, like, stressed and fired up because I just don't like that shit. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? And that was when I texted you, like, holy fuck, I'm so mad at an old guy right now.
Dude.
And I was kind of mad at my friend, too. But
that is the biggest, like, first world problem. Like, I came out to a bar to watch this game, and it's not on directly in front of me, but it's on the other television. And instead of, like, having human conversations about, oh, hey, you're watching this one, I'm watching that one, you want to switch? Or, like, talking to the waitress of, like, oh, hey, we want to swap TVs, can we do that real quick? You just sit and complain about it.
Yeah, like, no rational... Like, I'm the youngest of all these people. No rational adult in this was like, I'll get up and switch my seat, or nicely ask this girl to switch the channels.
Yeah.
It was, what the fuck did you do this for?
Yeah, to be honest, like, even your response to it is pretty, like, rash. I mean, you screamed at them both and made them move, but still, you come off looking like the genius of the group.
Well, I mean, I was just so frustrated because it was going on for like 10 minutes. And it's just awkward because she's looking at me and looking at everyone else around us.
Because you're the only person who have not yelled at her so far.
We're right, and I don't give a fuck. Like, I didn't give a fuck in the first place. I went because my friend wanted to go watch the game, but I could give two shits about the fucking game. So that's why I wasn't even like saying anything about the fucking TV because I just didn't care.
And
it was just
here's the thing too: if you go to a sports bar intending to watch a game, like if you're not watching the game at home, you forfeit all rights to actually watch that game. Like,
well, that's what we all said afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, we were making jokes like, oh, who the fuck comes out to watch this game? And it's like, motherfucker, Same kind of person that comes up to watch the football game tonight. Like, there's a reason we're here.
Like, you're in, all right, so just to simplify this, you're in City A watching City Z and D play a game. Like, obviously, like, they're doing you a favor putting that game on television, because there's at most 2 people in that bar that want to see it, and it's you two.
Right, and like that's why like they were all real open about it, you know, trying to help everybody out, and then the fucking shit just hit the fan.
Jesus.
So the night goes on a little bit. The manager girl like walks by a couple times. Then she says like, "I'm sorry," blah blah blah, and like just dumb little asides like that. And she goes down to one side of the bar, and she's talking to somebody else because I guess someone else asked her about a different game after the guy left. So these fucking 4 TVs on the one side of the bar was a hot conversation all night.
Apparently, yeah.
But she makes some comment about it, and I can hear her, so I start laughing again. So she points at us, and she's like, "Yeah, these 2 are giving me a hard time." So I start laughing. I was like, "I'm the one that fixed the problem for you." And she goes, "You know what? Yeah, you're right. Thanks a lot for that." And she came over and talked to us for a little bit.
She knows what's up.
Yeah, so eventually she gave us both beers there are like $4 usually, apparently.
Oh,
she gave us both coupons for $1 off a beer,
nice.
Which is pretty much. Well, I mean, it's useless. Like she could have given me a free beer. Like she didn't have to yell at the customers. I did what she wished she could have did, and I screamed at these 2 people for being irrational.
Oh man!
So we did that, and then I looked at the coupon, and it expired 2 years ago.
Oh!
So when she came back, I was like, I have a problem. I was like, first, I need you to put the Villanova game back on. And she was like, wait, what, really? And she looked real upset. And I was like, no. I was like, it's completely fine. Like, don't worry about it. You were supposed to have my back in this battle. And then I told her that my gift card was 2 years expired, and she was like, oh my god, this is the worst night ever. And then she signed the gift card so I could still use it if I wanted to.
Yeah, that is like the worst day on the job for her.
Yeah.
So can I blow up your spot about where the bar was or what the bar was?
Go right ahead.
All right, you were the Tilted Kilt, which now repaint all of Toby's stories with this girl, and now she's half naked. Does that change anyone's feelings?
Hey, Tilted Kilt, for those that don't know. I mean, look it up online, but do it in the privacy of...
It's Hooters, except like even less clothing.
No, it's the same amount of clothing.
More boobage. There's more boobage.
Okay, if people don't know what Hooters is...
Boobs.
I'm trying to paint the picture. So, Tilted Kilt is basically the waitresses are dressed like schoolgirls. However, Tilted Kilt is the closest bar to me and my friends' houses that have the DirecTV package, which was the whole fucking point of why we had to go out. But the manager is dressed in a red polo shirt and black dress pants, which I find hilarious in the whole thing.
So she was not, her boobs weren't hanging out.
No. So the one girl I was talking to and being nice to was the one that was dressed presentably.
That's great.
For public. Yeah, so there. So suck my dick on that one, Josh.
do you think on Tilted Kilt's part that is a strategic, like, when a customer does get angry and has to deal with someone, we don't want him dealing with a person who's not dressed? That
would make it worse. Because I was thinking about it, and I thought it was first funny that the manager is dressed like a businesswoman while the rest of the girls are dressed in like
it makes her look
really
like
naughty schoolgirl clothes.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about it especially when the drama happens, and I thought to myself, it makes way more sense because if some guy was being a dick about the TV in general, no one was like staring at the girl's tits while he was screaming at her. That just makes it 20 times worse.
It does, yeah. When you have to come out and say, "No, you actually have to pay for that meal. I'm sorry, sir." Like you probably don't want your yayas hanging out while it's happening.
Yeah.
How do you feel about those bars in general, like the Hooterses and the Tilted Kilts and the Twin Peakses of the world?
I mean, from our personal stories aside, like, I'm just, in general, I'm super respectful of women.
Yes.
Almost to a fault. So, like, I hate strip clubs.
Yeah.
I don't really like going to Tilted Kilt. I went because we were like, it's close. But it wasn't, my thought process behind it wasn't, I'm going to ogle young girls all night. It was more, it's a close bar to my house. My friend wants to go, so I'll go with him.
So I went to one of those, and it was actually, I think it might have been a Tilted Kilt. And it was one of those bars where it's like, they're dressed in plaid and their boobs are all hanging out. It was on accident. Like, I was just, like, walking around downtown, and I saw it. I was like, oh, cool, like, this is an Irish pub. So me and my friend went in, and the second we walk in the door, like, it's really bright outside, you walk in the door, it's really dark in there, your eyes adjust, and my eyes just adjust on boobs. Just like, whoa, okay. And then she's, like, right there, and she's like, oh, 2 of you? Yeah, 2 of us. And we sit down.
My name is, it's Josh. My name is Josh.
Kind of,
2.
yeah.
2 for Josh.
So then she sits us down, and I'm looking around, I'm like, oh, they're all... Because when I first saw her, I was like, I can't believe they let her come to work like that. And then I look around and realize, like, no, stupid. That's like what this place is.
The only better reaction you could have gotten like that would be if you went to a strip club and didn't realize it was a strip club.
Yeah.
And you walk in, there's like a topless girl, and you're like, how'd she come in the work?
Yeah,
Like
I
this?
can't believe this is unreasonable. But here's my thing, and now I found out. I've never been to a strip club, but I found out that I would not do well at a strip club because I was so uncomfortable the whole meal there. Because like she would come over to talk to us and like take our order, and she was acting all flirty, and like I didn't know where to look. Like I didn't
At the
know
strip club or at Tilted Kilt?
At Tilted Kilt, like
Okay.
Because, like, clearly her boobs were on display, and they want you to, like, sort of look at them, but not too much, because then you're a weirdo. So I was just, like, trying to make eye contact as much as possible, and then, like, you can't just, like, sit and look around the room, because everywhere your eyes land, it's just someone half naked. And then while I was there, this creepy-looking dude asked, like, 4 of the waitresses, like, can I get a picture with you guys? And they all, like, posed with him and took a picture. And I felt gross for him. Like, it was awful.
I was laughing last night because one of my other really close friends, he is notorious for that kind of stuff. Like, he doesn't mean horribly by it. He just fucks around and he knows he can get away with shit. So pretty much any place time we go to a sports bar, he'll usually ask the waitresses for hugs by the end of the night because he gets drunk. So me and my buddy that went to Tilted Kilt last night, we were joking around. I was like, man, I really wish X was here. He'd have a field day trying to talk to these girls, and I can't believe what he would do, or I don't know what he would do. It'd be amazing.
Speaking of getting, well, I guess this is a different story. So I was gonna say, speaking of getting terrible service at places, but that's all your guys' fault or your friends'
My
fault.
cell phone reception today.
So I was at McDonald's the other night. Okay, I was trying to drive through, get food real fast, and head home. This was like Sunday evening, and I was getting like 2 cheeseburgers. Like, it was super simple, 2 cheeseburgers and like a large Diet Coke. So first of all, I go through the drive-thru. I get up to the window to pay, and the guy opens the window, and it was raining outside, by the way, too. He opens the window, and he was like, what'd you have? So I tell him what I had. And he was like, oh, I took that order. And he like looks back at his screen, pokes some buttons. He's like, oh, well, it's gone, but I'll put it in again. So he puts it in again, rings me up, and then tells me, like, okay, it's such and such. I hand him my card, and we're done. I pull up to the next window, and the guy opens it up, hands me the Diet Coke, and then he looks at me, he's like, you had the cheeseburgers, right? I'm like, yep. He's like, okay. And he pauses for a second, and he's like, can you pull up to the first window? And I'm like, all right. So this McDonald's has an extra window up front that is actually opens into the entranceway, so they can, it's like the bring it out to your car without bringing it out to your car. Okay. Which, first of all, like, how lazy are the McDonald's employees that they can't just like walk out to the parking lot? They have to do this weird window thing. Anyway,
it's probably not laziness, just for the record. It's probably fear of getting stabbed at nighttime.
It was a pretty good neighborhood. I mean, it's fine.
It's still a security thing.
No one's
Josh.
gonna get stabbed.
It's still a security thing.
I was about to stab him at the end of all this. So I pull up, and again,
that's why he stayed inside the building.
No doubt.
You're case 0 exhibit A.
I really am, because at this point, like, it's a good thing. Like, there was a camera probably on him and like bright lights, because I almost yanked him out the window already. So I pull up, sit and wait. I sit there. Maybe it's a long time. It feels like an eternity. To be honest, it's probably like 5 minutes, but still, 5 minutes for like 2 cheeseburgers, it's ridiculous. So I'm just about ready to like put it in park, go back inside, and a guy shows up at the window. I'm like, finally. I look at him. He's not carrying any food, Toby. He opens the window, and he was like, oh, sorry, we parked you. So he doesn't say sorry that we parked you. He just says sorry. Then he pauses, and he gives me the statement of fact that we parked you. So I just stare at him. Like, sorry we parked you. I stare at him. And then he goes, you... And then he stops again. And I just stare at him more. He was like, what? He stops again, and I stare at him more. And he goes, what was your order?
2 motherfucking cheeseburgers.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I just, like, I stared at him. I'm pretty sure my mouth was hanging open. I'm like, 2 cheeseburgers. And he was like, oh, that was it? And I'm like, I literally threw my hands up in the car. I'm like, yeah. So he goes back, he gets them, he comes back, and tells me sorry again. But yeah, it's like at that point, I should be getting like money back. Like I didn't even get an expired coupon for $1 off. I just got an awkward, super weird experience for 2 cheeseburgers.
If you email them, bitch, they'll give you money.
I mean, I probably should. Like, I should probably just bitch about them on Twitter, to be honest, because that seems to get me results.
Well, do you remember when I emailed Burger King because I was pissed off at Burger King the one night
Yes,
and got money for it?
Yes. I mean, like,
it works, man. It works.
It totally does.
But as you know, I write the best professional emails.
You do.
When I actually try to get shit from people, I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah, we've had many a conversation about that. And examples of where you can do it and I can't.
It eats Josh up inside.
It really does.
It's my other good McDonald's story.
Yeah.
Because you were saying about waiting made me think of it. So it doesn't affect me at all, so it's funny. We were all hanging out at one of the dive bars a while ago that we all go to. Bonding with the old folks that are there, because it's pretty much me and my friends who are 30s, and the rest of people are like 50, 60.
Yeah.
So this guy's talking about his one friend. And I guess his one friend was probably not plastered drunk, but like probably inebriated. He drove through a McDonald's to get a 20-piece chicken nugget. They told him to pull up and off to the side and wait. Then they'll bring it out to him, like they did to you. And they called the cops on him, and the dude got a DUI.
Whoa.
And then apparently the McDonald's worker brought out his 20-piece nugget while the cop was there.
Because he still did pay for them.
Well, right. And I was thinking about it, and I bet you it was probably 2 or 3 girls, or like guys and girls, whatever, in the building, like, let's go fuck with that guy. Let's go mess with him. Go take his nuggets out. I dare you take the nuggets out. That's probably one of those situations.
It was that, or it was like the manager saying, like, this is entrapment, we're going to get sued because he's going to say he never got his nuggets.
Is this evidence now? Should we take this outside them so we know we're clear of the any charges?
We should probably turn this into the cops, right? That's how this works.
But yeah, so that's I don't know. Your story made me think of that. The fucked up McDonald's 20-piece entrapment.
20-piece entrapment. I'll tell me, to be honest, I'm glad they did it. It's still a little messed up, but I'm glad they did it.
Oh yeah, I go both ways on it. I'm glad that they called, but it seems like a shitty way to get called.
It does. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's the only way they had to, like, keep him from moving. Because you couldn't say, sir, could you sit right there? We're going to call the police.
But even then, like, what kind of deal must the cops have with that McDonald's? Where they know they can call the cops and they'll be there. Like, that seems fucked up, too. Like, that almost seems like entrapment. Because if they would have just given him his nuggets, he could have left.
So you think they've done this before? You think this is
they have a history? Dude, they had to have.
They probably
There's no way.
They probably do.
I find it really hard to believe that any McDonald's would just be like, this night, we're calling the cops on somebody. Like, I've gone to a lot of places, like, drunk, like Sheetz and Wawa, for, like, 1 o'clock in the morning, hoagies trashed, and no one ever called the cops on me.
Yeah. There's probably just a procedure on the wall that says, like, it's like a flowchart. It's like, if customer is drunk, go to B. If ordered McNuggets, go to C.
But it almost seems like entrapment. Like, who the fuck? I don't know. It does. I'm glad they did it. It seems shady to me.
Yeah, I'm not going to be on the drunk guy's side. Let me be clear. But it does seem a little weird.
Yeah. Fuck McDonald's.
So, Toby, I complained on Twitter the other day, and I got a response, which is kind of the weirdest thing in the world, that you can just shout out into the world about anything, and then that entity shows up and says, we're very sorry.
It's like those State Farm commercials, or
it really
Allstate, or whatever one they were like, Nationwide? Oh no, they sing the fucking, when your neighbor, State Farm is there,
yeah,
there's a buffalo attacking, and then they fucking get word back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did it because I was complaining about GoDaddy, and
because it's not fucking unlimited data. They say it's unlimited, but it's not fucking unlimited. This is a goddamn lie.
This is a
fuck
whole
Verizon too, or Sprint, or whoever I have. Fuck everyone that lies about unlimited. That's what I'm paying for. I'm entitled.
Okay, well that's a whole. If you want to open that can of worms. The word unlimited has a meaning in the English language, Toby.
Oh my god, just tell me about GoDaddy.
It's a GoDaddy. Separate thing. One of my domains, it's pointed at my hosting. It wasn't working. I didn't know why. I figured since their website looks like it was made in like 1995, probably the easiest thing to do is like just send an email and say like, hey, can you make sure this is set up right? Whatever. They don't have email support anymore. This is 2014. There's no email address for GoDaddy any longer. It's just chat and telephone. Those are your two options.
That actually kind of makes sense, I guess.
Oh, you're worse than them.
No, because okay, let's say you are actually important.
Okay.
That's called a backhand.
Let's imagine.
That's a backhanded compliment for sure. But let's pretend you're actually important.
All right.
If you were going to email them and say, my site is down, fix it now, and you didn't get a response in 10, 15 minutes, like if you had like a sales set or something,
sure,
you'd probably freak the fuck out.
I mean, obviously,
so I actually agree.
Yeah. Like, obviously, they need a phone number for things like that, where it's like, holy crap, I'm losing thousands of dollars per minute, like that sort of deal.
Yeah.
But, like, when it's not pressing, when it's really simple, when I just have a question, like, I don't want to sit for an hour and a half waiting for... Because that's still how it works. Like, they don't have enough people, so you sit and wait in a queue. And I saw videos people were posting online where they just literally sat for an hour and a half waiting for their turn in queue for chat to come up.
Is that like one of those fake douchey ones where the kid calls RCN when they're closed and he's on hold for 3 hours because he called when they were closed?
I don't know. Probably. But
okay.
All that aside, like to not like it makes sense to like have a phone number, have a chat, have all those options, but you take away the super simple, super low impact, just email us a question and we'll email you back. Like, that's ridiculous. So I complained about it on Twitter, mainly just because I hate GoDaddy in general, so I was just, like, raging. And then GoDaddy responds back to me, and, like, I don't know what they expect to have happen at that point, where it's, like, me saying, I have a problem with your policies, and them saying, we're sorry. Like, am I just supposed to be like, well, you talked to me, so clearly we're cool now.
You know what? You acknowledged your fault.
Yeah.
We're good to go.
I guess that's what they think is like, you're right. We don't have that anymore.
Well, remember when it was one of the last weeks of my last job when that guy was like, we have the greatest security of all time. And he basically had like a text field to submit like your corporate passwords and shit.
That was my favorite day.
I emailed him and I just fucking went off on him.
Yeah. We're super secure, except for when we send our email passwords over plain text. But other than that, no problem. So I told GoDaddy that like I didn't want to have to wait an hour and a half for a simple question. Because think about it, on their end, it's all the same, right? Like I am a support coordinator at GoDaddy. I pull up a case, I answer the question, I move on to the next one. It's just the only difference now is on the customer end, where the customer was either just sending an email or had to wait for an hour and a half. Whatever, doesn't matter. But what I found was hilarious about this whole exchange, I'm yelling at GoDaddy, they're responding back to me. Suddenly, out of nowhere, this other hosting company follows me and was like, hey, we've got really great hosting.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
They swooped in.
That is the perfect time to strike with that iron.
Yeah, I was really proud of them. If their hosting hadn't been like 3 times as much as anywhere else, I would have been really into them. But man, like that's someone's job, is to snipe customers from GoDaddy off of Twitter.
That's awesome.
It's great.
What's funny though? So I'm looking it up online now as. You know, we like to have facts in the show sometimes.
Of course, facts are important.
End of April this year is when they got rid of it. The official statement. After reviewing customer behavior and satisfaction scores, we decided we could better serve people in ways they're telling us worked better for them. Customers love the real-time support experience. Email is not instantaneous, and in fact, many in the industry are putting an end to their email service as well, because fewer than half of tech customers believe their problem can be solved by email. It's sort of going the way of the cassette tape.
Well, first of all, cassette tapes are coming back. We've talked about that on the show before.
Just because you do it does not mean that everybody else does it.
Well, that's also very, very true. I feel like the more, like, I'm pretty technically savvy, Toby. So I don't need GoDaddy or anyone to sit on the phone with me and hold my hand while I restart my computer. Most people probably need that. But I can get to the point where it's like, listen, I understand it involves DNS. I just want to make sure it's set up right. Can you ping it? Like, I want to get to that point.
Yeah. But like, that's why I'm always better. Especially when I do like all this shit for work. I always try to get chat windows instead of calling vendors or that kind of shit, because then I can actually do something else at the same time.
Yes.
So I'm in favor of, if I can always do a chat versus having to email them, I'm down.
Oh, yeah. I will never... Like, the calling a company is always my very last resort. Like, I will always go to the email first, then if not that, then the chat, and then if not that, I'll put it off for a few weeks and hopefully it goes away, and if it doesn't, then I'll call.
Guess that's the end of that.
Here's the actual tweet. This doesn't have to go on the show. It's funny. So I said, is there no way to open a support ticket with GoDaddy anymore? Phone and chat are both terrible options that waste hours. And then they just say, we no longer offer email support. We only offer live support options to provide a more direct resolution to questions and issues. So I say, it's not good. I want an email, blah, blah. So then he says, I'm sorry, you're not completely satisfied with the current support options. I'll be happy to submit your feedback to management. So I say, please do.
I don't know. That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it was an interesting exchange. I don't like the use of smiley faces in the I'm angry smiley face.
That's how you calm people down.
Yeah. It made me angry, though. Wouldn't that in general make people angrier? Like, I'm so mad and they're smiley facing at me.
I don't know if there's... I don't know. I guess.
You think there's
maybe
research against it, maybe?
I don't have answers. I'm sure people do.
I think emoticons in general rile me up. If we're being honest.
Josh, how do you feel about Kickstarter?
I am the biggest... I hate it. It's terrible. Kickstarter's really dumb.
What if you could kickstart a video game
Yes.
that actively injured you while you were playing it?
Well, I mean, if we're getting really, like, metaphorical, kind of all video games are doing that. So I'd be glad to throw money at them, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Thanks for trying to put that back together for me.
Yeah, no problem. That's what I do, Joey. I tear the show down, and then I build it back.
I guess there was a group of Canadians who kickstarted a game called Bloodsport. And Josh, if you had to guess what Bloodsport does, even though you already know, what do you think Bloodsport does?
I like how you also just tore the show down and then left it torn down. So Bloodsport, I mean, as you could guess, it takes your blood when you play it. So
I don't know if they would have guessed that, but
because it's called Bloodsport, it's a video game. This thing's hooked up to the controller. As it rumbles, it pumps blood out of your body.
Exactly. It's every time you get shot / hurt.
No, it's literally every time the game rumbles. Meaning that on most games, it's just like randomly happening. But yes, in theory, according to their design system, it is when you lose blood in the game, you lose blood in real life.
The best use of this would be the Saw games. Because you'd actually be like, your character fucking grinding his hand off on the TV, and you would just feel your fucking like blood wasting away, get all lightheaded and loopy and dizzy and all that good stuff.
See, I was just thinking the best use of this is like the trance vibrator. Do you remember that from Rez?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second player controller, that's only a vibrator.
Yeah, it's just a vibrator. So that really takes the fun out of the whole thing, but yeah. So this video is terrifying. Did you watch the video?
I did not.
It's this motherfucker just having his blood pumped while he's playing like Gears of War. And he's like laughing. He's like,
he looks happy.
Yeah, this is so fun. I'm losing blood. There's a freaking nurse over here. And the nurse is like, so it's pumping his blood out in these little packets. And at the very end, like, as if they had almost forgotten to give a reason for this, they sum it up very quickly with like, we're going to take this to blood donation centers so you can play video games and donate blood all at the same time. Like, what?
I at that point then, I guess it's okay. That kind of makes sense.
But I mean, like, what? That you're adding a middleman there. Like, just go donate your blood, man. Like,
but people are weird about that shit. So if it would actively get people that wouldn't do it to do it, I'm okay with it.
What kind of a person is gonna say, yeah, I'm not really into like donating my blood out of the goodness of my own heart, but if I can go get shot in a video game and get shot in real life, bring it on.
I would do it once to test it. I would give blood anyway, but I would go once just to try it out.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Because imagine if you're like the best fucking Halo player ever and you never get shot. You would just be sitting there with a blank IV in your arm not doing anything.
Then you're just a bad person because you didn't donate.
Well, then people should get better at fucking Halo.
See, this is where we're coming back to the whole like Ice Bucket Challenge where if you follow the original Ice Bucket Challenge, you never actually give any money. So like the thing that perpetrates it is not useful.
Well, Josh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Unfortunately,
it got suspended.
Yeah. But their thing is, we're currently suspended and looking into the reason. Stay tuned and start training by donating some blood down to the clinic while I figure this out, blah, blah, blah. I mean, the obvious answer of why they got fucking suspended is because they're taking blood from people.
Yeah, like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist, man. Like, you're sucking blood out of someone's arm, and you, like, had some real hand-wavy science of, this Arduino board tells us when to stop so we don't kill you. Like, that's
The craziest... There's only 39 backers, and they raised $3,000 of their $250,000 goal before it was canceled.
Well,
they must have, I don't know who they talked to, but they must have talked to like one special person that put him in the news where this was a thing.
No, I mean, like, like the one of those that donated like $2,700 has to be like just their company, right? I bet.
But would that even get them? Would that even get them in notice though?
Well, I mean, like I bet a ton of companies do like a very early anonymous bid for themselves that like, because if you go to a Kickstarter and no one has put any money down, you're probably thinking like, well, this is bogus. But if you go show up and like 5 people have donated and it's like already up to $3,000, you're probably like subconsciously thinking, oh, there might be something to this. So I'm saying it's probably all rigged. First of all, Kickstarter in general.
Because 2 people pledged $1,000 Canadian or more.
Who would do that? Who is sitting there? Like, what is that Venn diagram of person who is super into donating blood, super into video games, and also super into, like, really weird, like, masochistic stuff?
Okay, so there was 25 backers that pledged $10 or less. I'll assume those were actual normal people.
What were the, actual, rewards for that tier?
$5 was a thank you on the website. $10 was trying the game when the finished version starts.
So you get to go donate blood. Okay.
Get to go donate blood. You get to pay $10 to donate blood.
Great.
25 was taking part in the live trials on March 17th.
So you get to play and go donate blood on a specific day. Okay.
Yep. 100 was trying the game 2 weeks before public launch.
So again, you get to donate blood before all the kinks have been ironed out. Great.
Yep. 500 was trying it 3 weeks before instead of 2.
Great.
And they take you out for lunch and show you how it works.
We got to get you all nice and fed up so we can take the blood out later.
$1,000 was come try out the single-player version of it one Saturday, anytime from January to March. And they'll teach you to dinner at Branca, an Argentinian grill house, along with everything else.
A single-player version of this sounds like the saddest thing in the world. I'm just going to sit here and pump my blood out when I lose.
And then $5,000 that no one backed was they'll give you the code to make it yourself.
It's like as things got higher, it was less and less desirable, all the way up to you can literally do it yourself. Who cares? This whole thing stank of art project to me. Did you ever
not art project, like those weird fucking outdoor art exhibits where I made a giant penis that's coming because art.
Did you ever see that website where you could order breast milk? Where
ice cream?
Well, no, there was one specific one where it was weird interviews with the girls, and then you could order milk of Susan, and it turned out to be a big just art thing. It wasn't real.
I got you.
That's what this felt like. Of in the video game, it takes your blood because it's real. You're in the game, man.
Or even if you would make it at home, how would you have the rest of the proper parts?
And by proper parts, you mean the things that take your blood out and don't kill you?
Presumably, even if you take this out in public somewhere, they're at least going to have some sort of nurse that's putting the IV in your arm.
Yeah.
So am I supposed to sit at home and jam an IV in my arm and hook the game up and just pump the blood into my fucking freezer? How do you even store the blood? I know when you donate blood, there's that little thing that mixes the blood back and forth. There's all sorts of shit going on.
Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure blood donation centers are not in the business of just taking bags of blood that you extracted at home. All right, I took a few liters out, thought I'd swing by, don't have time to sit and wait.
I'm just dropping shit off again. Yeah. I'll be ready in a couple minutes.
You guys have I'll see you in a couple weeks. I don't think that's how it works. So I think the only time you'd ever actually be able to play this game is at a donation center.
Yeah.
Which is just seems like it adds a bottleneck there that isn't necessary.
So we're saying bad idea all around. I think really is what I think it's really what we're coming down to here.
I feel like we can apply this technology to interesting things, like an actual blood sport, but as of right now, no, lame.
Josh, it's lyric analyzation time.
Oh man, and you just showed me a video.
I figured it was best that I taught Josh the songs before we talked about them.
Yeah, I need at least context for what we're going over. And boy, are those a couple unattractive women, Toby.
What we're talking about is tonight's first lyrical jam is the 2014 hit, Josh.
Banger.
Bang Bang by Jessie J, Ariana Grande, and Nicki Minaj.
Who are all ostensibly recording artists. At least that's what they tell us.
Are you ready, Josh?
I'm so ready.
Josh, what do you think "She Got a Booty Like a Cadillac, but I Can Send You Into Overdrive" means?
See, I'm glad you brought this one out, because this is the first one that I clued into watching the video. So, like, that barely means car. Like, it's just like you picked automotive words and put them together. So a booty like a Cadillac. Cadillacs are they big? They're
Cadillacs are
they're big cars.
Actual Cadillacs. They're big boat cars.
Big boat cars. So she's got a booty like a cat. She's got a big butt. She's got a big old butt.
She has a big brick ass.
Yeah. And then put you into overdrive just because she said a car word a second ago. So overdrive. Overdrive would be like you go faster. I don't know. I'm no mechanic.
Josh, you've been waiting for that. Stop, hold up, swing your bat.
Okay, so in this line, the bat is the penis.
Of course.
Yeah. Anytime anything remotely phallic comes up in a song, you can bet your ass it's gonna be a penis.
Oh, of course. Especially when the likes of Nicki Minaj is involved in some way, shape, or form.
In it. Yeah, you know it's going to be a penis. So, all right, so swing your bat. What was the first part?
You've been waiting for that. Stop, hold up, swing your bat.
Okay. Well, it's just like, fuck me. That's all. That's what that line says.
Just like bang, bang all over you. I'll let you have it. And surely you can hit this.
Yeah, that whole chorus was just like bang, bang into the room, bang, bang all over you, bang, bang running down your chin. Like, it was terrible. Terrible.
So far, it's all been the Jessie J rhymes.
Yeah.
Next up, Ariana Grande's verse. Josh, she might have let you hold her hand in school, but she's going to show you how to graduate.
It doesn't even that. All right. it's like
all I can possibly. I mean, this whole song has to just be about fucking.
Yeah.
But all I can possibly mean is like in school, you held hands as a kid.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you how to fuck.
It's like she puts that out there like it's a pun, and then you really think about it, and you're like, that's not. There's no pun there. Like, it's you're just saying a word and you mean fucking instead. Like, no one is like, baby, let's graduate, and then drags you into the bedroom. That's not a thing.
I'm going to try it the next time the opportunity comes up.
Let's bang bang into this room and graduate.
All right, so Josh, here comes, of course, the best part.
Nicki Minaj.
The Nicki Minaj rhymes.
Dropping some hot beats.
Josh, we dipping in the pot of blue foam. So kitten, so good, it's dripping on wood.
I can't parse any of that. What's a pot of blue foam? What does that mean?
That part I don't know.
It's like when you're going at the car wash. It's like I dipped my sponge in the blue car wash stuff.
That's right. But Josh, kitten, so good, it's dripping on wood.
That's
P
pussy.
P on the D.
P on the D. Oh, on wood. Oh, okay.
There you go. See, I can dissect these songs.
Okay, you know what? I'll give her that one. That's a pretty clever line. I don't know why a kitten would be like dripping. Like, she needs to up her metaphor a little bit, but
this one's radio friendly. She can't say pussy so good.
But she can say kitten dripping on wood. That's cool. Like, really,
apparently,
I need to sit the FCC down and like give them like a diagram of like, so when she says wood, that means penis, and then they just go, what?
Kitten is not a cat.
Yeah, guys, she's not talking about the fluffy kind. Well, maybe she is. I don't know. Listen, I don't want to talk about her business. I don't know what she does down there, but
Josh, go Batman Robin it, bang bang cocking it.
Is she calling Batman and Robin gay, Toby?
No, Batman's Robin it.
Go Batman and Robin it.
No, go Batman, Robin, like robbing, but slang, it.
Well,
it's a play on words, Joshua.
What? I mean, no. Say it again. Go Batman Robin it.
Go Batman Robin it, big bang bang cocking it.
Okay, so if she's not calling Batman and Robin gay, then why does she want me to rob her genitalia?
Because that's how she gives it up.
She gives it up by not giving it up and making me steal it?
Exactly.
All right.
And then, of course, the most important of any Nicki Minaj song, the last line of her verse, if he hangin', we bangin', phone rangin', he's slangin'. So, of course, again,
dealing drugs.
She likes big dudes or dudes with big dicks to fuck, and they gotta be selling drugs.
That's like a Nicki Minaj thesis statement all rolled up in one line. Like, all right, from the top, if he hangin', we bangin', right?
Yeah.
If he's got a big dick, we're fucking. And phone rangin', he's slangin'. He's dealing drugs. Those are the two things that she looks for in a man. She's like, he needs to have a big old dick. He needs to be fucking me, and he has to deal drugs. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Great. She's
Women Power 2014.
Yeah, a real feminist.
Josh, song number 2 tonight, written by a listener.
Great. Another hot banger. So
Another hot banger.
thank you to whoever sent this one in.
Kieran suggested the song Bedrock by Young Money, a group we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
A couple episodes ago.
I think you and I genuinely both liked this song, too, as we listened to it.
It's pretty fucking catchy.
It really is.
So this is another, of course, Nicki Minaj somehow involved in this. By no fault of mine this time.
I think she's very quickly becoming like the poet laureate of Geek Pop. I will write her and tell her that.
There's not really any horrible to figure out lines in this.
I didn't understand any of hers. I want to be upfront with you.
But there's good lines in this song, like, and now we murderers because we kill time. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Lil Wayne knocks her lights out and she still shines.
Is that a domestic disturbance? Like, is
Maybe.
he talking about actually hitting her?
I don't know, Josh.
Or is that a metaphor?
But he hates to see her go. He loves to watch her leave.
Yeah.
He'll keep her running back and forth like a soccer team.
Oh, man. That's like someone heard a Drake song and then tried to be clever.
Let's see what else is good in here.
My room is the G-spot.
How do you get that far yet?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is too good.
There was one that was, I see me with her, no Stevie Wonder. You know, blind jokes are always funny.
That's just mean. Like I said a verse that had seeing in it, so no Stevie Wonder. Again, I heard a Drake song.
That one, and I got her nigga grocery bags. I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Well, we watched the video where they bleeped it too. So he was just like, I gotta, and then a long pause. He closes the fridge and then just goes, grocery bags.
The chorus has good lines like Josh's favorite. My room is the G spot. Call me Mr. Flintstone. I can make your bedrock.
Which, again, like we talked about during the video, that the whole song, they came up with that one line and said, we have to form a group, and this is our hit. That was the start of it all.
All right, so Nicki Minaj, the hot beats this time, Josh.
All right, yes, I'm excited.
Okay, she gets it. Let her think. She thinks it's her turn. Maybe it's time to put this pussy on your sideburns.
That's literally what the lines were?
Yeah.
Wow. She's not even trying to hide what that means.
She's not, but theoretically, if you're going for like the lady oral escapades,
well,
your sideburns shouldn't be involved in this unless she's like putting her vagina on the side of your head.
No. Here, I'm going to break it down for you, Toby. He's wearing her like a hat. She's sliding down from the top, and where she ends up stopping is just at his sideburns because he's full on hat.
There's a South Park episode like that
where you wear a woman like a hat.
Mr. Slave puts Paris Hilton completely up his ass.
Oh, yep, just like that. That's what's happening.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Josh, be on my lows scorch, be on my echo whites.
I don't know what that means. That's the part I got lost at.
I have no idea what the fuck it means.
Great,
either.
awesome.
Do we think the internet knows? If you had to guess right now.
No, yeah. I mean, I'm sure Rap Genius has figured it out.
Low scorches are Adidas shoes.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense in the thing.
Yeah.
And Echo Whites, I guess, is Echo shoes?
Echo like, Mark Echo?
Yeah.
Okay.
His shit.
Just like
that's pretty good.
I mean, it's about shoes.
Josh, Drake loves your sushi roll. It's hotter than wasabi.
Loves your... So that's... Okay. All right. Yeah.
He races for your love. Shake and bake. Ricky Bobby. That one's awesome.
You don't expect a Ricky Bobby reference in your rap
Hell
lyrics.
no.
Like, you don't see that one coming.
That's pretty much the only really good Drake one, I think.
I did like where Drake said he wouldn't come down to the lobby because he wasn't just anybody. I think that's my favorite part about rap in general is the like super full of themselves. Like that's why I always like Jay-Z, where it's just like, and then I bought a yacht, and then I have this really big diamond ring, and then look at all these watches I own, and then that's just the song.
The other two people, Tyga and Jay Mills, for that. I know who Tyga is. I don't know who Jay Mills is.
Are we sure it's not pronounced Tigga?
I could have swore it was Tyga. Someone that knows about rap. Write in cast@geek-pop.com. Let us know if it's Tyga or Tigga.
Let me explain something to you.
And also suggest a song.
If his name was Tigga, then we could say Tigga please.
Okay. If his name was Tyga, it's
fun.
like a tiger.
Yeah, but he was wearing tiger striped pants, but that
They were fucking Cincinnati Bengals clothes, Josh.
a Bengal is now when we say Bengal, is that like a tiger?
Yes, look it up.
I don't know what type of animal.
The Cincinnati Bengals is their football team. They did not play Monday night in Detroit, where the bar
most people
flew off the handle.
Most people around here say Bengals, Cincinnati Bengals.
You also say in instead of N.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I shouldn't make fun of other people.
Damn right, bitch. Josh, every week, the listeners of our fine audio podcast like to write in, cast@geek-pop.com, and they ask us all sorts of nice questions, or tell us they love us, which is always nice, or they give us song suggestions for the segment we just did, and people wrote in again this week, Josh.
I love everyone that does that.
Yeah, they are all the best.
The best.
You would think everyone couldn't be the best, but everyone is the best.
That's how good our show is that everyone is literally the best.
Yeah. Josh, do you have any crazy or weird Thanksgiving stories Grayson wants to know since it's Thanksgiving time?
My Thanksgiving is always pretty tame. Like, I mean, the only, like, crazy thing is, like, going to multiple Thanksgivings in a day and eating giant meals at both of them.
Yeah, that was always my thing, too. My parents were divorced. I always had the double family that day. The only weird thing we ever did one Thanksgiving was, for whatever reason, I think it was after my gram had knee surgery or something. So my younger brother and my aunt helped her make food. And instead of having normal food, we had Thanksgiving burritos.
Nice.
So it's pretty much just all of the normal Thanksgiving parts, but we just wrapped them in the burritos at the end.
That's cool.
I mean, I don't know if that's actually crazy or weird, but I don't know.
You're gonna have to tell me if this is crazy or weird. So we will, on occasion, go shoot guns after Thanksgiving dinner. Is that weird?
I mean, it's a little rednecky.
Okay.
I don't really say it's weird.
We go out and we shoot trap. You know, you shoot the little clay pigeons and then you shoot them down. That's fun.
Yeah.
It's a little rednecky, I guess.
Yeah, you're a little rednecky.
I'm a little too close to it to figure it out, though.
I'm a little too rock and rolly. You're a little too country.
So I am you're Donnie and I'm Marie. Okay, great. Yep.
That works for me.
No, that checks out. Yeah.
Josh, Kieran wants to know if it could be in any film or TV program, what would it be? Or if you could make your own, what would it be like?
I'd be in Community because then I would get to talk to Dan Harmon.
I would be on CSI
because then you get to be a dead body.
I would do that in a heartbeat. If for some reason, I mean, I think CSI is over after this year. This is more CSI talk with Toby. I think CSI is over this year, but I always wanted to be a dead body on a TV show. That seems like fun to me.
See, I always thought, like, and this is what Kevin Smith wanted too, and he actually was on Law & Order one time. Like, I would always want to be, like, the first guy in the chain that they go talk to. It's like, oh, man, I saw him down at the steel mill. I don't know. You might want to go talk to Jimmy. He works in the office. And then you never see me again. Like, that's what I would do.
I would do that. I would be the first person to get blamed for the murder.
Yeah, the guy.
She was at your house. No, I have an alibi.
Yeah.
All right, it checks out.
You have to be the guy who, like, very obviously killed her, so that way you didn't do it. Like, that's, yeah. That'd be good.
If I could make my own show, it'd just be a TV version of me talking and picking on Josh, I think.
I mean, if we made our own show, it would just be this, like, with cameras pointed at it, right?
It would be a video podcast instead of an audio podcast.
We would have a studio and, like, a green screen, and then it'd be this show. We would just make Geek Pop TV. That's all it would be.
If you ever watched Mr. Plinkett or Red Letter Media, the guy that goes, who talks like this the whole time?
Yeah.
The guy that did, like, the freaking hour-long Star Wars This Is Why It Sucks videos?
Yep.
They have a video podcast where they review movies, and it's just him and his friend in this really fucked up looking fake living room studio, And that's what the show would be.
At what point are we doing that? At what point are we upgrading to that setup?
When the money starts coming in.
When
the cash flow arrives.
Hear that, everybody?
If you want to kickstart Bloodsport 2, starring Toby and Josh, it's actually just going to be us talking in the living room to each other.
It's just a talk show and it's called Bloodsport for no reason.
Yeah, why not?
I love it.
And finally, Josh, Tom has a riddle for us.
Damn it, Tom. I suck at riddles.
He said the last one that solves it has to divulge something personal about their life to the listeners of this podcast.
Like we don't
the first
already.
One to solve it gets the first one to solve it gets to judge if the loser is telling the truth about their admission or not. If neither of you solve it, you both must communicate to each other only through the power of humming for full 2 minutes on the next show.
Now you've already read this riddle. This isn't fair. In pulling this question, you read the riddle.
I didn't cheat, but I know the answer.
That seems like cheating to me. I literally haven't even heard it yet.
So, next week, I'll just hum to Josh for 2 minutes when he talks to me, and we'll try to have a conversation about it.
Perfect. All right, what's the riddle?
Josh, a man is lying dead with a backpack on, face down in the desert. What happened?
Skydiving. His parachute didn't open.
That would have been the same exact thing I would have said.
Is that the right answer?
He says he's going to tell us next week.
We're in suspense. That's got to be it, right?
So basically what's going to happen is he's going to listen tonight or tomorrow. You know, it works like that. I'll say tonight or tomorrow for no reason. He's going to email and say you guys are both right, and then we'll just hum to each other for 2 minutes just because it seems funnier.
I like the idea of us only communicating via hum for 2 minutes. I think we can do it. I think we can pull it off.
I'm going to at least start off next week's show with normal words, just so that part makes sense. And then we're going to try to hum through the next 2 minutes.
To me, that sounds too inviting to new listeners. I really want to alienate people just right up front.
If episode 23 is your first one, all you're going to hear is...
How long do you think we would have people if they hey, I heard a lot of good things about Geek Pop. How long can we push that?
That would be the one time when one actual famous person was going to listen to it and was like, what the fuck am I listening to? And just turned it off and completely ruined our chances for anything.
Do you think they would just write it off to well, that's the internet, I guess?
I saw 5 hours worth of cat pictures today. I thought this would be a little bit different. Apparently this is no different than anything else. Fuck me, I'm done.
Yeah, it must be all the same people that like Adventure Time, I guess. I don't know.
I'm never investing in a podcast ever.
Ever again.
It's going to be like Mark Cuban. He's going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with these kids?
So you're saying that we can sway the future of podcasting with a single episode?
ABC is going to listen to the show for some reason and want to give 5 different podcast groups their own TV shows. And we're going to ruin it for everybody.
ABC is we've been hearing a lot about the Serial podcast and apparently people are really liking it. So let's listen to some other podcasts. And we're the one they pick. And they're like, this is a dead medium. Love it. If I could ruin something for everyone else, that's what I'm looking for.
So, once again, if you want to write into the show, suggest a song, ask us some questions, it's cast@geek-pop.com. You can also find us online at www.geek-pop.com. You can find us on iTunes and Stitcher. Check us out, subscribe, rate us, make us feel special. Josh, where else can you find you during the week?
You can find me on Twitter. I'm at GI_Josh.
If you want to see Josh yell at GoDaddy, that is the way to do it.
Really, if you want to get all of my angry musings throughout the week, that's the place to find them.
And you can find me at Girls Heart Geeks. I think that rounds it up. Josh, have a nice Thanksgiving.
You too, buddy.
Oh, thanks, man.
Screw you.
Fuck off.